What's up everyone, this is ScherBR talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're gonna talk about the new year Super Training Dojo. This is the second time we are receiving an event like this, and it's actually a very nice one to train because here you have a higher chance to level up skills and spells than normal, kinda like Seeker's Path, but here we also have very high status cap for farming. It's 2090 and in Seeker's Path is pretty old, you barely get status there, so much better, but there's one problem, your characters only start with 10 BP contrary to 20 BP from Seeker's Path, so some characters may still be better to train there instead of here. Also, speaking about the shop, we have plenty of gold pieces, books, and amplification badges, don't forget about those. Now as a rerun, we have the pink gloves, you can forge them again. This was made for Emilia, but also works with Liza, and we just got Liza on a rerun banner, so very nice. And there is also the Alpha Gun that will work well for Talon, Mac, and Arsenal, so you can craft this weapon for these new styles. That's nice, but there's one thing. Here the enemies have plenty of HP. From the single target stages they have around 250k, and for the stages with row and column they have around 170k. So it's pretty hard to just solo. I think it's pretty much impossible, but we have some interesting setups and I want to showcase them here. Well, first of all, if you want to treat this event like Seeker's Path, there's some interesting setups that you can make in order to stop the enemy from moving. Well, the gelatin can be paralyzed, and the Etin can as well. This stage here we're talking about is a spell stage, because here enemies are weak to all spell-based attacks. So 5 different weaknesses, it's usually the best place to farm, while the other ones have usually 1 weaknesses or sometimes more, but here we have plenty. So let's discuss how you can train here. You can bring characters that have a cycle where they will stop the enemy. So first of all we have Claudia. She's actually one of the best ones, because her Global Axe style can inherit Shadow Weave and can increase Heartseeker and Flickering Lantern, so she forgets that those skills exist and keep using Shadow Weave, that will paralyze the targets. There is Rock Bouquet as well, you can inherit Shadow Chains, leave that on 3, increase skill 2 and 3, and she would just keep using Shadow Chains to paralyze the enemy. There is also the latest version of Rouge. He is not a perfect paralyzer, but he can start with Soul Freeze Plus, and then you can leave Shadow Chains on 3 and Darkness Bolt on 7. He's going to paralyze most of the time, the enemy won't be able to act. There's also Vagnus, the latest version can inherit Psycho Shot, leave that on 12, and then he's just going to use Mad Bind, he will paralyze with medium chance. And the last one is Bertrand, and this is the second Bertrand, because this one gets 1 BP back by attacking, so you can inherit Flame Whip Plus from his S style, and increase Frost Quick Dominant Blaze to 12. He eventually runs out of BP, but it should not be much of a problem, he will just keep using Flame Whip. Other characters that can work like that are Creator, you can just keep using Flames of Judgment to confuse. You can also choose a different stage to confuse. There is also Stun, with the first Surfing by inheritance of Bubble Pop. You can also use Undine with the same idea, but it has to be the Global Axe with inheritance of Bubble Pop. Bolkon can paralyze and poison the enemies. By poison he will slowly kill them, but you can just leave Naughty Gift on 5 and just keep using this. You have to choose the Magia fight formation, place your Inflictor in the front line, and with 50% plus intelligence you're going to get ailments all the time. So the whole idea is to just paralyze with one of these characters and use 4 trainees to level up skills. Here I'm bringing all paralyzers just to prove that they can paralyze the target. Well, only problem is Claudia. Her intelligence is not that big, she needs to be on a slot that increases her intelligence by 50%. Here on the second wave, the enemy has resistant paralyze, so your character needs to be on a slot that increases intelligence to ensure that you are going to hit. The character that have the biggest problem is still Claudia, because her intelligence is not that big. Some of the other characters can still perform paralyzes anyway, but it's just to prove that you can bring 4 trainees in this stage. Another method to train is to bring Leon on the stage that is weak to Blunt, Single Fold. And you can use the Magia fight formation, for example, place Leon either on the front or in the back while you train 4 characters' actions. If you leave him in the back, he's going to attack with his anti-material shot, and then after that he's going to use quick draw to kill the enemies while the 4 characters acted. Then on the next wave he's going to do the same, so it works so you get some actions done with your trainees. Okay, so your 4 characters will act before Leon, usually, because he's losing agility on the position. His damage is still pretty high, I guess. If he gets to combo, depending on your trainees, he's going to kill the enemy on the same turn. Yeah, like this. Now he's going to use his quick draw, in this case. Do some damage. Then your trainees will act. As you can see, they always have a chance to act. It will depend on the cycle of the VP skills. Sometimes they will use their best attacks first. Sometimes you are better off using them on different strategies that I'll show after this one. Now they will act again. So 3 chances to attack. And Leon will use his anti-material shock to finish the enemy. Now we'll be back to the single target spell stage. With Magia fight you can bring Robin Gal in the back with Roufas in the front, because she will gonna kill the first wave and the second is with 2 Bolt Slash and Blunt. So Jo will always go first, she has a fast attack and that one is strong enough. Sparkling Ice is probably the strongest attack here at this point. Now on the second wave, Roufas works, right? But Nirza also does, but you do need a Remembrance's Word. I tried a very powerful one and it was not strong enough. Maybe if you have a very strong forging weapon, you will, with his left fork attack. But Roufas works, many people have Roufas anyway. Still on the Magia fight formation, you can place Madeleine, can be the Tucanchins or the latest one from Platinum. And in the back you can bring the newest Alkaiser with Inheritance of All Phoenix Plus, because it's a fast attack and he can use 2 times, so they work well and the trainees 1 attack. I found this strategy to be pretty nice because this Alkaiser could not use this attack before this version. All the other versions of Red and Alkaiser only had enough for 1 usage on turn 1. And then on turn 2 they will lack 1 BP, but this one gets enough, so it's a fast attack that can be used in the back line. So Magia fight formation plus another attacker in the front will always work. Another one for single target spell is a combination of UDX Darque, inheriting instant Q from the Global X style, increase Kaleidoscope to 16, and Human Alloces, just increase Current Trample to 11, you have 2 elemental attacks. They are going to work well. Well, Darque is going to go first. He's a fast attacker that allows Alloces to just recover BP by killing. This strategy also works on the single target Pierce stage, because they also do pierce damage. But here it was just easy to stay on the same stage where we are using many different strategies. Now we're gonna move to this last row stage, and this one can be easily done. Magia fight formation again. You need the second young Gustave. He's going to use Steel Dominance from the tank version, and you can place the latest version of Jamil, and he's going to use Training Tears 2 times in a row. Another character that works super fine here is, well, the latest version of Leonard. It's going to work well. Some combos here just to slow us down. Steel Dominance is a fast attack, and String Pierces as well. We just got another combo. But we're leveling up skills. Not a bad thing. Now let's talk about a slash column stage. This should be easy to do if you summon it for the latest Final Empress. The Christmas style can inherit Waterfowl Blade Plus, and you just have to increase the other skills. And you need another Waterfowl Blade Plus user, and you can take that from Platinum Grey or Hector or Souji. They are much stronger, but even Grey works. Just place it on the front because he's pretty slow, and you are using Amazon Raid Axe formation. Also, this strategy should work for the column spell stage as well, because in the end it's just the same. My Empress is using a perfect weapon and Grey is using a very strong one as well. But people with Souji won't need very strong weapons because he's already strong himself. Slash single full stage is also easy if you have Christmas Urpina with Crossbreak, or you can even use the mask version. Both can attack with Crossbreak 2 times in a row. And there is Final Emperor, he's going to use Howling Attack 2 times in a row too. If you don't have Final Emperor, Madeleine will also work with her Luna Fulfur, and you bring Amazon Raid Axe formation. Well, it's good to bring someone with low agility on the front line, so that you don't get many combos. This is also very slow, because I don't know why, but Final Emperor attack animation is, I don't know, one of the slowest ones. Crossbreak is still a very powerful attack up to this point in the game. Okay, now back to the spell stage. You can choose either row or column because we're going to use full AoE attacks here. One method that works is Magia Fight Formation, UDX Bertrand in the back with Abaddon Hands Plus, and Talon in the front line with Laser Cannon on 16. He's going to use Missile Cannon 2 times. So here you're gonna need very strong weapons. It's easy with Talon because right now he has access to a forgeable weapon, but there's also the Remembrance Gun. In the case of Bertrand, we can still forge his dedicated weapon, so you need at least 90% in my opinion, but it works. It just doesn't work with Wagner's. I tried with Wagner's plus Bertrand, but we were lacking some damage. But this one totally works. Now, this one is dedicated for a row. You can bring the music of Virgil in the front line. Beat Blast can kill a wave. It's the only attack that can kill a wave from what I saw. And then on the second wave, you can bring Kriemhield in the back. She's going to use Light of Blue Quartz, increase that to 16, and then with the help of the follow attack with Virgil, you're going to kill both waves. So Virgil damage is insane. Beat Blast deals how much again? 180,000. They have around 170,000, so this worked because he also has a almost perfect weapon. Now, Light of Blue Quartz, doing 150 almost, and the remaining comes from Virgil S1. Well, I guess that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you want to support the channel, there are links on the description of the video. Don't forget to join our Discord server where we discuss SaGa and other games in general. I hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye!